We're gonna need to start switching sides if I need to mess with this. Alright. Oh my god, I need water today. It's really hot. We are live, sort of. Should be good.
Should be good.
Should be good.
Alright, let's try this again. Cam, how you doing? Hopefully we aren't as laggy as we were earlier. Again, we are coming to you guys from Culebra's Lounge in Bakersfield, California. Kevin, how you doing? Let us know if the audio is correct or not. I don't know why it's lagging, but we're gonna try it again and see what we can do. Yeah, Mitch says still lagging.
There's nothing I can do at this point. I don't.
Yeah, Mitch, you're gonna have to come out here and see what's going on, because we have no idea why it's lagging so bad. Yeah, I apologize for that, guys. Audio out of sync. Yeah, I apologize, brother. I don't know what's going on right now with the connection. Would it be the connection, or what would it be?
Wouldn't be the connection. The connection's fine.
Huh.
We've done this before. We did a test for almost half an hour the other day, and it wasn't any problem. So,
I do apologize about that, guys. But we're gonna go ahead and try to soldier on and get this audio, because after all, we really do just want the audio off of this, you guys, for the podcast. So we're gonna get through it. Stick with us, guys. If you guys want, just turn the phone upside down and just listen, because that's pretty much the best way we're gonna do it. But let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna get to a cigar that we didn't get to last week. That is the Recluse OTG. And the Recluse OTG comes into us today at this Toro size, 6 1/4 by 50 ring gauge, box press, all Dominican. It comes in a total of 14 sizes. That's a lot.
it's not bad. Not bad.
That's a lot of sizes. It is produced at the Tabacalera Leyendas Cubanas factory for Mr. Scott Weeks, who is the president of Recluse Cigars. And yeah, the fan you guys hear in the background, that's actually our air purifier, whatever you want to call it.
That's AC unit.
So yeah, we'll just we'll power through. It is hot, you guys. So
It's that loud right now.
yeah, Mitch said he can hear it.
Oh well, yeah.
So, but Mitch hears all, I think.
Okay, well, yeah.
So let's get into this, Mike. Jasmine, how you doing?
As all Recluse cigars go, you can pop this guy in the back right here.
I think it's just the Sidewinder versions of it. You do it.
I'm almost guaranteeing you it's it's all box pressed. What do you call it?
Recluse.
Recluse, yeah. Because they also have the house blend line, the Tabacalera Leyendas, which is a pigtail, but I don't really use pigtails. I cut them either way, just because I'm never good at them. That's on me. That's not on the cigar. But this guy opened up pretty easily.
Yeah, all you gotta do is squeeze it, you guys, and it pops right open.
Still a little bit of a tight draw there. So I'm
You get a nice little drop of it.
gonna remove me some tobacco. Just because mine opened, it did work. I will say that. But I could just use a little bit more of an opening. And there we are. Not a big deal.
And I do want to thank everybody who came out yesterday to hang out with Paul from Caliph Cigars. That was a lot of fun. A couple guys from the club came. A couple of the regulars were there. A couple people that just come in once in a while were there. So it was really, really nice to see.
Not having one of the lighters. Thank you. Going ahead and lighting this guy up now, just because I want to get started.
Now, the Recluse line of cigars, you can get most of them, I believe, at Cigars and More. They also make the house blends. When you first walk into Humidor, they have this nice little honeycomb-shaped thing, and that is made by Tabacalera Leyendas, and you can find those at Cigars and More. I believe it's buy 3, get 1 free.
That it is.
And at $6.99 for a Fat Toro or a Gigante size, you're not going to go wrong, you guys. They're fantastic house blend cigars. I prefer the San Andreas one. I know you like the Brazilian Maduro. They also have Habano and a Connecticut as well.
hard to say no to that San Andreas, though. I will say that. And they also have the, I want to say it's $1 more Churchill sizes, and they are some big guys.
Are they?
They'll last you a good hour and a half, if not longer, pretty easily. And all of them are decent. I mean, I don't go for the Connecticut very often because there's better Connecticut's out there. But it's just in general, I don't go for Connecticut's very often. That's when I just want some light and, I'm trying to relax.
Yeah.
I'm not really looking to challenge my palate. But the San Andreas, it's creeping into number one. It's getting there. I just think that Brazilian Maduro is the first one I had, and I kind of just stuck with it. Which is, all right, that's on me. That's on me. I could explore my palate a little bit more. I actually don't think I've had the Habano, but I should. That's, again, got to try different things.
Yes, you should. As far as Recluse goes, you guys, I'm a big fan of their whole line. Every cigar I've tried from Recluse and everything that Mr. Weeks has put out, I've enjoyed thoroughly. He gave us that Matafina, I believe it was last year, at the show. When we got this, we stayed a little extra with him afterwards, and got a nice little interview done with him and smoked that cigar. Oh no, it was the Cabos. It was Cabos.
Yeah, last year's release was the Los Cabos. That's the light, or not the light blue, but the blue band.
Yeah, the lighter blue band. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And that was a fantastic cigar as well. I think I actually have a couple left in my humidor because the rest of them I've already gone through. But they have a great line, the Draconian.
Oh yeah,
it's probably one of my favorites. It's their black band with the red footband on it, and it is a fantastic cigar. If you guys have not yet tried Recluse, you guys definitely need to try them. Two Guys Smoke Shop put out a list of their top. It was interesting. It wasn't just cigar companies because there was also individual cigars on there, which I found interesting.
Well, they allowed people to do their survey, and it's write-in answers. It's not like they had answers picked for you to choose from. So you could write in, what's your top 3 favorite cigars? And a lot of guys sometimes won't say, I really like the OTG from Recluse. They'll say, I like Recluse is my number 1, or I like Oliva is my number 1. In your case, you'd be Oliva Serie V Milanio.
Yeah, but see, they should have specified. They should have said top cigar brand
or top cigar.
Because they had J.C. Newman on there, and Diamond Crown, and Julius Caesar, and Brick House, and they're all made by the same people.
Yeah, okay, well, if you do that, Altadis makes a lot of cigars, so is Altadis just going to get...
No, but Altadis is a parent company. I'm talking about saying a company and then saying the individual cigars in that company.
So like Ventura.
So like if you would have said Altadis, and then you would have said Roman Julieta 1875, or Romeo, or the 505, then that's like, okay, well then say your favorite cigar, don't say your favorite cigar brand.
Yeah, I get that. But I didn't mind it either because then it showed really specific cigars that got voted for more than others.
Yeah. But
still the brand was has a very loyal following too. Because someone might really enjoy, like Sinistro, but a bunch of people really enjoy Mr. White versus anything else in the line. So it shows that it's popular, and one above itself is more popular than the rest of it.
True.
So I think that was okay in my book. I'm leaning towards you being more right on this one, just because it would be nice to see exactly like specifics versus kind of a hodgepodge of information right there. And then again, it was, I think, one of the first times I'm doing that. I don't know how often they do that. In fact, I think they said they're gearing up for their next year doing it already, like revamping the questions a bit, polishing it. So I'm thinking this is one of the very first times they've done it. I'm not a huge long-time listener, but whenever I do, I always get a lot of good information out of it. And I feel the same about this episode, their after show.
Yeah.
And I think if they plan it a little more, they're going to get even better. So, is what it is.
I will say that Romacraft being number 2 was really good for them. Dunbarton being number 4 on their list was really cool. I was surprised that Perdomo was number 3. Again, here in California, Perdomo is not that popular. I guess it's popular everywhere else. Just here in California, though, it's just not that popular of a brand. Would you carry it at Cigars and More? You do see it at some of the bigger shops around California, but it's not one that I see a whole lot of people go to unless it's going to be that the Champagne.
Well, you pointed out a good fact that the show questionnaire was more based towards that show, which is totally fine. Their audience has a specific kind of cigars they like. Their advertisements are really cool. I like why they do some of their sponsored little segments. So they might have certain followers that watch their show for the information, for the entertainment. because it's both. It really is.
Yeah.
That might take their word over just going into the humidor and picking out for the first time. So maybe they hit up a Perdomo commercial pretty well in their segment, and people just kind of gravitate towards it. And those same people are the ones who are voting on their flyer or their survey. Thank you.
Very true.
So
some other notable names that came up when they were doing their list was McAuliffe made the list, Foundation made the list, Recluse made the list,
Valadares, Oscar Valadares,
Oscar Vallardes.
Valadares. It's not VAR. It's VALL.
Yeah, Vallardes.
Valadares. Everybody else I've heard says Valadares.
A double L in Spanish is a Y.
I'm just telling you. That's
you need
every
to get
time.
Back to your roots.
Okay, I'll get back to my roots, my Spanish roots, right?
Yes.
To my Mexican roots.
Yes.
So you speak Oaxacan.
I do.
You speak what's something or another that the Aztecs spoke.
You don't even know what it is, bro.
Because I don't speak it.
I'm so
Nobody
sorry,
speaks
man.
it. They're dead languages.
I read Heart of Aslan, okay? I
Oh
know
my
what I'm
God.
talking about.
Yeah, you probably read
I got
you
an
read
A in Chicano Studies in college. Thank you.
That's so great. Now you can go with all the other safe space kids and talk about that.
Oh, so it sounds like my mic's not working. Interesting. How high do you have yours up?
Not very. Turn it up a little more and keep it close. You got to be close. Are yours lagging? Is that the one lagging, or you can't hear you very
So
well?
the video's lagging. Your mic's good, but mine doesn't sound like it's working. I thought I had it pretty damn close.
Turn it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and look behind me for a second, guys.
I turned it up quite a bit, so I don't know why it's not sounding like it's working, but
When I talk, mine picks up a little bit. Go ahead.
yeah. So it looks like it's working.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep going. Let's just keep powering through.
As this goes on, we'll get more sophisticated with our setup. It's just we're tired of waiting. You know, we could completely perfect this, but then we're going to be another 6 months out before we start the podcast.
Right.
And I think that's just a wasted time. When I know it sucks, I just got irritated as hell, guys, at the beginning of this video. You can see it on my face. Go ahead and watch it and make a meme. I don't care.
Feel it.
Yeah, it was radiating off me. But if we didn't do this now, how are we going to know what to fix later? You know.
That's true.
Like the moment we go live 6 months, we have all the equipment we absolutely need. We know the perfect setup, and then we get these problems.
You know what
down.
I would like? Well, I would like one of those retractable arm things like we have on the other mics, so I don't have to be like this. I can just bring it to me.
Let's just attach it to thin air. Where are you gonna put that? You can't put it at the edge of this.
We could.
Feel it. You
We
can't.
could engineer it.
Oh my God! You want to engineer now?
Mhm.
You are something else. I'm gonna Kevin Hart that. You are something else.
But some other notable ones that made the list: Oliva was number 10. Foundation was
A
on there.
little too high for Oliva, but you know, it's fine.
This actually brought me to a very interesting point that I was going to bring up later in the show, but since we're touching on it, let's touch on it now. Even though Oliva Serie V Milanio in Figurado is my favorite cigar, and it has been for quite a while, as everybody knows,
Yeah.
Oliva is not my favorite cigar company.
Oh,
Now, that being
Manny,
said,
don't listen to this one.
Only because there are other cigar companies, manufacturers that make other cigars that I like, and there's more that I like. The O's and the G's and the Reserve and the
Are all nice.
The
Master blends.
the Master Blends, the Saisons, the Nubs. Those are all fine. I don't gravitate towards them. I don't. If I'm gonna get an Oliva, it's gonna be a Serie V Milanio, or a Serie V Milanio Maduro. And usually it's just the Serie V Milanio. The regular V and the Maduro are once in a while.
Unless you find that Lancero.
It's
It's a good one. But yeah, I guess I've always noticed that. I just never really considered it when I see you smoke those Olivas. But it is, you're absolutely right. I've never seen you really deviate from that little pocket of it, and they do so much more than that.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the whole lineup is really great. I don't get it.
Well, thank you for trying to catch up on the podcast here. We're trying to get an episode a week. We might do more if we can fit into the schedule. We'll just have to see. Maybe we'll do one long version and one short version.
I wouldn't mind. We'll do one every friggin' day if we have the sponsors.
If we have the sponsors. So.
Yeah, guys. We're putting the word out there. We are working hard for you behind the scenes. I promise. Just keep sharing too. It's a huge help, guys. I know we're a little messed up quality-wise right now, but we're going to make it better, and hopefully the entertainment part is still okay. I know you have to listen to Frankie. I apologize for that. We're working on that as well.
I just want to point out that every week, Frankie's the only one that does show notes. Miguel has no notes. He doesn't have his phone in front of him, so he can't lie and say that he does.
Everything is right up here.
which is pretty much.
I do have a couple of things to talk about today, actually.
Anyways, but just off the top of my head, Southern Draw pops out to me. The new Jacob's Ladder Brimstone, the Rosa Sharon, the Desert Rose, the Cedrus. These are all cigars that I enjoy all the time. And yeah, I knew. As soon as I saw the Motorsports, I knew who it was. I mean, and then there's, of course, Roma Craft, the Intemperance, the Cro-Magnon. There's just a lot of other companies that I like more than just one cigar out of their brand.
Okay.
Their foundation, with the High Clear Castle, and everything that they make.
The
Charter Oak.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle.
Ooh, what's
Tabernacle Fantasy, the 146, or whatever it's called.
They make the old Wednesday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wiseman, yep.
Ooh, it's good stuff. So I definitely, yeah, that makes sense then. Oliva Serie V, Milano on its own, number one.
Yes.
Company-wise, they're not hitting in all the right cylinders. They're not playing the cards right.
I just think that there's other companies out there where I enjoy more than just one of their cigars. Not to say I don't enjoy the other cigars in Oliva's line. It's just not ones that I'm going after constantly like I am. Again, to bring up Southern Draw, I go for that Jacob's Ladder Brimstone. I go for that Desert Rose or that Rosa Sharon or that Cedrus. Those are cigars that I get excited about from the entire line, not just one cigar.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, you could look at Alec Bradley. Honestly, I don't go for that much Alec Bradley. The new Gatekeeper that came out, I thought was good, from Alec and Bradley. The Lars Tegan stuff, I thought the ones that I've had were great.
Those, yes.
So now that those have come out, in conjunction with the Blind Faith and the Magic Toast, which I think is phenomenal, there's more Alec Bradley stuff that I'm starting to get into.
Here's the thing, though, for me, yeah, I get that point, and specifically towards Alec Bradley. I think there's more in that I like than I talk about, which I should, because Filthy Hooligan, love that. Pretty
Yep.
much all variants.
Black Market's good.
Black Market, yeah. The Project 40?
Yep.
Project 40, yeah, Project 40. The Alec Bradley Max, the Lars Teton stuff, you're absolutely right. I liked the Blind Faith, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoyed it. It's just that when it came out, it was around other stuff, and the other stuff just was a bit better.
We got it back to back with the Magic Toast.
Yeah.
And I felt the Magic Toast was the best thing Alec Bradley put out that year. So
I agree, yeah.
It wasn't really fair to judge it against the Magic Toast, because that was the cigar that Alec and Bradley first came out with. It was a blind faith in them to make a cigar. So for a first attempt, it was a great cigar.
Oh, yeah.
But it was going up against their dad's cigar, and he's been doing it for quite a while. So
Yeah, Mr. Alec Bradley.
he had the toast.
Doing a
and it
good
was
job.
magical.
Yes.
So good job, Mr. Bradley. I think we're on a first name basis. I can call you Alec, sir.
How weird would that be if he named his kids Alec and Bradley and his name was Alec Bradley? That'd be awkward.
Peter, how you doing?
I'm sorry if I'm not reading comments, guys. It's just that this is a little different format. We're not really doing questions and stuff, but we definitely appreciate the comments to let us know what you're thinking about in these topics, so I can go back and check it all out. It kind of helps us for the live shows too on Saturdays and whatnot.
Yeah,
it's a huge help. So yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. The Oliva Serie V Milano, that's a 10 out of 10.
Absolutely.
Top of the box.
Absolutely.
But you're adding all the points together for one company, and you have an 8 out of 10 Rosa Sharon, 9 out of 10 Brimstone, 9 out of 10 the Cedrus, or whatever your numbers are. And that adds up higher than a 10 out of 10 when you collectively put it.
Right.
Versus the 10 plus, a 7 for the nubs. They're not bad, but they're not your favorite, or they're not that great. I do like a lot of them. For me, I think the same way with Romeo Julieta. Really enjoy the 505. The 1875 is good, but I rarely smoke it ever now, just because there's so many other choices. So I love the 505. I'm not a huge Romeo Julieta fan in general. The company's not my favorite. So I definitely see where you're coming from with that. There's a lot of companies I could say that about, though. Like, I really like the M. Bombay, and I like the Gaia. But then there's so many other offerings from certain other companies. Recluse, for instance, you have the Amadeus, the Sidewinder. Is it called Sidewinder, or is it that's the, what do you call it overall? Yeah. The Widowmaker, the OTG, which I like a lot right here, Los Cabos.
Draconian.
Your Draconian, yeah.
Yeah, the OTG Habano, the OTG Dominican Puro.
Which is great. Is that what we're having right now, right?
That is what we're having right now. And it is woodsy, spicy, and chocolatey.
Yeah. Yeah. That was spot on right there. I wish I could argue. Can't. Got me locked down with that one.
I do have a little bit of an odd burn going on right now, but I'm not going to fix it just yet. I'm going to give it a minute.
Burning just fine over here. Here's something, though. For a company that doesn't have a bunch of releases, does that really hinder them? Or are they just focusing on one thing and being really good at it to start off? I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but for instance, the other cigar sitting in front of us, the Antigua Esteli, there's two of them, right? There's the Maduro and the Habano. Both great. I love the Maduro leagues ahead of the Habano, but the Habano's still good. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Definitely a solid cigar. Just that Maduro is just friggin' fabulous. So, does that make that company less valuable than one that has a bunch of SKUs out there?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. I don't think so.
I figured you'd back me up on that one,
yeah. Yeah, 100% now.
Because, I mean, before Dunbarton released their new variants on their cigars, still great company already. But that new Brulee and the new Triqui Traca really stepped it up. I think he's just getting better and better. I want to take all the information out of his brain and just steal it so I can make my own cigars.
Yes.
But it's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't have that technology. But, well, okay, that's probably a bad example because there's a Cinco Permiso, there's the original, the two I was speaking of. There's actually quite a bit in Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust's lineup for being a 2-year company. Or two now? 2 or 3? Yeah, 2 years. But again, he's very well established. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what he wants to do. Somebody else who's just starting their boutique company, putting all that focus into one really great cigar, I see that being a really good idea. For instance, Cattle Baron has their one blend with 5 different sizes. 5 different sizes, yes. Thank you. And that, I think, is a great way to go because they put out an amazing product that a lot of people can very much enjoy, and you have different size options, at least for now, until they're ready to put out another one. Or maybe they never do. Maybe they just want that one cigar.
I don't think they're going to. The owner of the company has stated that his favorite cigar was a Monte Cristo No. 2. That's what he modeled the Cattle Baron after. And the sizes are just so people have an option in sizes. But he wanted to make one cigar, make it well, and that's what he does.
Yeah, they do. I kind of feel it niches you down a little bit.
It does.
In an already very niche market. But as soon as you capture your audience, I mean, and they keep buying, you don't have to worry about, going with more people. Just get what you need to get to continue to do what you do well. And that's what they're doing already.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. So, again, you guys, we are smoking the Recluse OTG Dominican Puro. It is a Toro 6 1/4 by 50 ring gauge, all Dominican. Comes in 14 sizes in total. Sidewinders number 1, 2, and 3 are part of the sizes.
Yes.
Produced at Tabacalera Leyendas Cubanas, and Mr. Weeks, the owner, is a phenomenal man. So nice, just a great guy. Every time we see him, always a pleasure.
Always working, hard at work.
Working.
Still full of energy and always nice. It's a good thing. It's hard to be that on top of everything at 100 at all times when you're dealing with people non-stop for 5 days. Not only that, but the setup beforehand, the tear down afterwards, people like us asking you for questions and stuff once the show closes for the day. It's got to be rough.
It's got to be very taxing, yes,
yeah.
Indeed. Getting to my show notes, you guys. Biggest news of the week, in my opinion. Peter Chung from the Patriots is being indicted on cocaine charges.
Peter who?
Peter Chung.
Chung? Who?
Patrick Chung. Sorry, Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. That's not the most important news for cigar people, but for me it was because that's bad.
That's bad?
Yeah.
You guys gotta stop getting in trouble.
Well, we feel it makes us play better on the stretch.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty big news to the Patriots. It's not good. It's definitely not good.
Well, how well does it make what's his name play? Hernandez.
He's long since passed.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't play anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's trouble. That trouble will be bad for you. Yeah, I wanted to bring that up as soon as you mentioned that. Yep.
It's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But getting to the actual show notes now. The PCA has announced that CigarCon 2020 has been canceled, so they will not be doing it. They're trying to push it back to 2021, and that's even up in the air still. They were not looking to get feedback about their announcement to make CigarCon 2020, but they got a lot of it, and it was mostly bad. 99% was negative.
Well, for good reason. I stated this before. I thought it was a bad idea. I think Saka was probably the best spin on it. Was if it's going to happen, make the best of it. But now that it's not going to happen, I think that relieves a lot of people out there. I just kind of feel if you're going to backpedal like that, you're going to have to backpedal more than a year. You're going to have to push this back at least 4. And here's my reasoning. You pushed it away the first year, great. They're all going to still be like snickering about it a little bit, all the retailers, all the manufacturers. So what's the CigarCon next year? No, we're not doing it next year. Don't worry about that. They get the numbers back. Try to get those retailers back in. What exactly they have to do, I don't know. Because from what it seems is that the manufacturers don't want to go, and they all get a hold of each other online. They get a hold of each other before the show. They give each other show deals anyway. It's a hard egg to crack when they don't have to be at the show to get deals. You could just be around that same time of year, and your rep will get you the same show deals, whether you show up or not.
Yeah. Jeff, how you doing? Some of the negative stuff that people were saying was the timing is bad. There wasn't enough time to get it ready, and this is like a 2-3 year process. You need to get everything, all your ducks aligned and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And I don't completely buy that, because word is they've been planning this for 3 years, and for them to not have enough time after 3 years, going to go on 4 years, that's plenty of time to come up with an idea that should have been viable for all parties concerned. Which brings us to our next topic, is the cost. Not only the cost of all those extra people going to be there, but the cost of tickets for them, pricing.
Yeah.
The cost of the booths would go up.
Yeah, they'd have to, yeah.
And then the cost on the individual manufacturers after bringing that much more product.
Yeah, to satiate a huge crowd. And whether or not you feel like you want to give that many cigars away, I think the resounding answer would be yes, I would want to get that many people cigars. They try it there, and hopefully they're going to buy a box later. Hopefully they're going to tell their friends about it. Maybe it's their new favorite cigar for 2020, You just tried the latest and greatest. You're going to stick with it for a while until, hey, I'm going to go back to PCA next year because it was a lot of fun the first year. But
them going and trying all the latest and greatest, it takes away my job.
You know what? I was thinking about that. Not really.
Yes, because they're going to tell all their friends about it, and then their friends aren't going to want to hear me talk about it.
No, because you want to... Okay, we talk about movies to each other, right? To friends and stuff. People still talk about movies online, and you can get that information everywhere. It's everywhere you can look. People still want to hear their opinions either validated or, even better, someone disagree with them so they can disagree with the other person talking. I think people really like that online argument still, or that online validation of like, hey, my favorite cigar is being recognized by a bunch of people. I feel pretty good right now. I'm going to smoke this more now. But at the same time, you're right. We can't get the information out there first because it's already out there to everybody, and that's a difficult step to sidestep for us.
Yeah.
But as you said, yeah, they've had years to plan this. They've been, like you said, planning it for at least 3. This would be 4th, going on that. But they didn't tell the retailers or manufacturers. They're the people who need a couple years to plan out their strategy too.
Yes.
If they would have had 2 or 3 years of regular event, a regular now PCA, to think, okay, what can we do different? Our booth is set up like this. Not going to work anymore. But yeah, spring it on them in the beginning of the event this year. They don't have time to worry about that.
No.
They don't have time to plan for next year. They're worried about right now and making all the deals and the sales. The retailers aren't thinking about it. They're just like, okay, well then we have tickets to give or sell to customers in our shop. That's not a huge problem for them to have, but it's still technically a problem because then now they have to watch after their customers and stuff while they're trying to make deals and trying to take care of their business. Those are all issues that they need time to take care of, not just PCA.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that. And I know it's going to break a lot of people's hearts to hear this, but I'm glad they canceled it. I personally was never a big supporter of a cigar con before IBCPR. If they want to do a cigar con afterwards on the next weekend, or maybe 6 months after the show is on, and kind of do like a recap of everything that was at the show for people. I think that's good, but I think putting it with the show itself is just not a good idea to brick and mortars, to the buyers, to the manufacturers. I just don't think it's a very fair idea.
No, I think that's rough. I think you're right. I could have seen it going better, giving everybody a little more time, a little more heads up. Maybe you could have got more people on board beforehand. Like, talk to some of the larger companies, Just make sure what their opinions are first. I know you should talk to everybody, but you can't when you're just trying to kind of brainstorm first.
Right.
Crowdsourcing ideas like this can be very difficult. So go with some of your trusted people. Talk to them first, see what they think, and hopefully their ideas will lead you to something better for everybody. Not just the big guys, not just the little guys, but a fair deal across the board. I still like the idea of a cigar con. I want to throw it. I'll get vendors, panels going, some cigar cosplay, which will just be people dressed as cigars. But
no, you could have, you could have Lobo, you could have Hellboy, Wolverine, Sabretooth. I mean, there's a lot of characters that you could cosplay as.
Sopranos,
Son of Anarchy, Sopranos, the Mayans,
Godfather, Al Pacino in dang it, why can't I love this movie? Can't remember the name. You know what I'm talking about?
Scarface.
Yeah, Scarface. Damn it.
That would be more white powder than cigars, though.
He's got a scar. Would you have to carry around a bathtub too?
Yeah,
that would be difficult. That much water would be difficult.
There's quite a bit you could do cosplay of, especially like gender swapping cosplay. I think would be interesting to see, like they did with Hellboy.
Oh yeah,
Hellboy.
Yeah.
How you doing? Thank you for joining us.
You could just bring more of a spectacle into cigars.
But something that they wanted to do that they had on the docket for it was like bringing Harley Davidson to show up some bikes, bringing more alcohol vendors to kind of give away samples and stuff like that. And I'm all for that, Get a couple of cigar vendors that would want to be there, even if they're not the manufacturers. Get, a couple of cigar brick and mortar shops out there from all over the different territories to kind of show them what they have, pictures of their shops, location of their shops. That way when people come to Vegas, they go to this huge cigar con and they say, oh man, I'm going to be in that part of the country in a couple weeks. I'm going to stop by for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think that would have been a better way to go about it. Maybe even 6 months before. Oh, that'd be still 6 months after. Even a few months before PCA to do it. A real cigar con for a whole weekend. Start Friday and on a Sunday night, and bring in those brick and mortars, bring in those alcohol vendors. Bring in. You could bring in a couple of high-end chefs, and they can have their little stations going, making some food, and you can still have Harley Davidson there. You could have some models out there, taking pictures. You could have a couple of staged areas, like you can have a throne and have pretty girls around you, and you can sit down and take a picture.
I bet you the celebrity who own their own cigar brands would still be there. I think that would be a great spot for Karl Malone to do his thing.
You can still get Ron Perlman to come.
Oh yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah.
I just think if you're gonna do a cigar con, do a cigar con. Make it a big thing. Make it a 3-day weekend thing.
Because convention
have it separate from PCA.
Yeah, when you say con, that makes me think more pop culture, not behind the business kind of scenes. Comic-Con is a mixture of both now because it's just so huge.
Yeah.
But you're not going there because you're gonna go buy distribution rights to the next movie. You're going there because you want information and to talk and be amongst people who are like-minded, who want all that cool stuff.
Right.
And if you have a cigar con, it should be the same way. You don't want to have to hinder the people who are there to do actual business, but you can still be there. Get some of your most enthusiastic reps, who want to talk to people face to face. Have them go, maybe have a couple samples still. It would be hard to get the new stuff a couple months beforehand.
I'm not even talking about getting new stuff in.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about getting new stuff in for this thing.
I agree.
Everybody does love Vegas, and I think this would be more of a convention for people that love cigars and all the stuff that goes with cigars. Oh man, I had a point that I was going to make and I totally lost it. Yes. Had they done it the way they had planned it, it wouldn't have been a cigar con, because con obviously stands for convention. It would have been a cigar day.
I mean, yeah,
For me, a con is a weekend thing, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a weekend.
Yeah.
So for people just to go for one day, I think that'd be really difficult. Even if they stay for, let's say the con was going to be on a Friday, and they stay for Saturday and Sunday to go to the after parties and whatnot, you're still asking them to sit around and do nothing for a while until you're ready for them.
Yeah, all day.
I'm sure they can find something to do in Vegas, but if you're going to have a convention, have a convention. Don't just do one day.
Something you can do all day long, all night long. In Vegas, you should be able to figure that out.
Yeah.
If I was going to go to the PCA's one-day cigar event thing, and then go to the after party, I'd be drunk in the middle of the day, the other Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, because they would have the cigar day or open day, I guess Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, or whenever the weekend starts for them.
Friday.
Yeah. I would not make it to any more stuff. I would be busy with Vegas, and then cigars out of my mind. I might have some at a lounge locally. I might meet up with my favorite rep if they're going to be able to do anything, but they're going to be busy.
They're going to be busy. The reps, they're tired afterwards.
Yeah.
They're just going to go to the bar, have a drink, have a cigar, talk to their friends, just hang out. They don't really want to talk business. They want to unwind just like everybody else does after work.
They want some food in them. They want to get a little break, and then they have to still do paperwork. I'm guessing once the floor closes, they have to do more work, and then it's unfair to ask them to like, hey, will you now go watch over all these people who came here and only got to be here for one day? It's rough. It's rough, but there's plenty of amazingly awesome reps out there that would be more than willing to hang out with some guys for a weekend. Not really trying to sell them, but just trying to get them excited for the brand,
Mm-hmm.
And that would be back to your cigar con idea, an actual convention. You could definitely mix in movie references, musicians who like cigars.
Screening of hand rolled.
Screening of hand, that would have been perfect for that. You could have.
You can get a Steve Saka in, or a Skip Martin or a Nick Perdomo, and have them do a panel or something.
Yeah. CRA could have a panel to talk.
CRA could have a panel. Cigars for Warriors could have a panel. We could have a panel.
I'm sure we could do something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're equipped to talk about cigars once in a while. I think we would probably try to get a booth at something like that, a cigar con. I would love to.
Yeah, that's another thing we didn't even touch on is all this different social media people that do cigars. They could get a booth.
Hype it up.
I wouldn't spend $7,000 to hang a poster.
No.
But a simple booth, no big deal. A couple of chairs, a couple of tables, a little couple of humidors for the look, and our poster right behind us. Yeah, I think that would be more of a convention.
I agree.
Yeah. But I digress. The main point is CigarCon 2020 has been postponed indefinitely. For next year, it's been canceled.
I was kind of expecting that. Again, I think they should put off a little longer than 2021. Really think about what they're doing a little more, give people more time to either prepare or to come up with a better solution. I think someone said it would have been like another $250 to $300 per member of now PCA to just put that money in and say, don't do Cigar Day.
Oh, you're talking about the money they're trying to raise?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was about $263 a member.
So let's say $300.
Even say $300. So, and a lot of people that I heard that said, I'd rather just pay an extra $300 and not have them be there.
Don't worry about the hassle.
Yeah. So moving on, Upman 175th year anniversary is arriving in stores. This is one that we got to see at the show. Comes in a beautiful wooden humidor, and it's one I'm excited about trying. Obviously, they weren't handing out samples of that bad boy.
A little hard to do that,
but
yeah.
I am looking forward to getting that into the shop. So hopefully it'll be here soon. I know it's already starting to arrive in some stores. I believe on the East Coast first, and hopefully make it to the West Coast sometime in the near future.
I'm excited. I'm definitely excited for that cigar. But the thing is, there are just so many cigars coming out from this year that I am excited for, that I want everybody to try with us. We should do our own cigar con just somewhere in California.
We should.
Just gather everybody together and have everyone let us know what they're looking forward to, what events in California alone are happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good thing you touched on earlier about brick and mortars or like the Big Smoke coming in promoting their stuff, or Rocky Mountain, any of them coming out and putting up a booth too. doing some giveaways maybe or tickets to get out there. Really build that following because there's not that many cigar smokers in the U.S. I think not the FDA, but one of those ridiculous watch groups that just link cigars with anything else tobacco related. It's
Right.
like, oh, there's 15 to 20 million cigar smokers in the U.S. and most of them are babies who are also being given drugs by their parents. It's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
No, at most I would say 7 million. If you're going off their numbers,
7. There's more than that in the club.
7 million tops in the U.S. I think someone said it was 4, which might be even more conservative and more realistic, honestly. Let's say 7 million cigar smokers out of almost 350 million people.
Not a lot.
That's not even, what, 10%? That's, my goodness, 3% I think. But it's not nothing. That's still a great number of people. And if you put in an event, especially in Vegas, like they do the Big Smoke, it does really well. But I think we need something that differentiates itself from that.
Mm-hmm.
From my understanding, there are a lot of cigars given away there, which is great. There's some talks happening. But the pop culture feel, I think, would get more people excited. Because not only could you go have your favorite cigar, you could go have it maybe with a celebrity you really like. You find out, what was Ron Perlman's favorite? I keep forgetting. It was Camacho something.
Yeah, I think it was a Camacho, like Triple Maduro or something. I forget.
It
was a Camacho. I know that. Yeah.
But imagine having a Camacho with a bunch of other dudes sitting around with Ron Perlman, you know?
Or imagine handing him a cigar he's never had before, and you smoke it with him, and he loves it.
That was cool. Yeah. That was pretty awesome seeing him with the Mr. Red, and then like, oh man, I gotta smoke this. Especially when he's trying to cut back.
Yeah.
And you just messed that up for him. Good job.
Sure did.
Way to go. He's trying to look out for his health, and here comes Frankie with some good treats. Like, oh man, I noticed you don't want to have any hamburgers. Let me give you the best one I could find. Oh man.
Moving on to our next order of business. As I was going over the numbers, there's about 5 more states, counties, and cities raising the tobacco age from 18 to 21. So we're losing ground on that, unfortunately.
That one I'm not really concerned of. The age doesn't bother me. It's when they restrict what kinds of tobacco you can sell. Because 18 to 21-year-olds really aren't smoking cigars all that much.
No.
I think they should have the right to, because if you're an adult that can vote, you have to pay taxes for this country. You have to sign up for the friggin' draft. You should have a cigar.
If you should have to sign up for the draft when you're 18, you should be able to smoke a cigar when you're 18.
Absolutely.
You should be able to have a drink of whiskey when you're 18.
No. You have to put your life on the line for something.
If your life, if you can lose your life in defense of this country, there should be nothing stopping you from being able to grab a drink and a cigar with your friends at a bar before you take off.
100%.
That's just a personal thing. I don't want to get too into the politics of all that.
No, but my only point is that you don't see a whole lot of 18 to 21-year-olds smoking cigars. I think I've only ran into maybe a quarter, not even, maybe a half dozen tops. Yeah, it's like 6.
And when they do, it's a celebration. I got into college. You know, I'm leaving for the military. You know, I got that job right out of high school that I wanted, or I graduated high school and I'm having a cigar with my grandfather and my dad.
Or my buddies. We want to feel like adults now that we are in the...
me and my buddies all go our separate ways. We're just going to sit out at the lake and have a cigar.
Yeah. I was just...
I see nothing wrong with that.
But I was just talking about 21 to like 24-year-olds, in my opinion, just at the lounge. Like, at any place that we've been to throughout California, having a cigar, very scarce are they that young. And that number has to even dive way further when you bring it down from 21 to 18.
Yeah.
So it's... You're not affecting sales. You're not affecting anyone's health. You're not helping anybody, because those same people are not the ones who are smoking more than 1 or 2 a week, maybe.
Now, would you be okay with them restricting like Swishers and Backwoods? All or nothing.
I'm with Carlito Fuente on this. Like he said, he doesn't like cigarettes. All right, he's against them. Thinks they're gross. They smell bad. Nah. Same thing he said in Hand Rolled. But you're an American. You're allowed to make bad decisions in this free country of ours. If you want to buy something, you have legal tender and someone who wants to sell it to you, and you are not hurting anybody else. So I'm okay with certain areas, like don't smoke inside of a Chuck E. Cheese. Not a big deal.
Why would you?
Yeah. But if you want to go to a bar amongst other adults who are making a conscious decision to be there in an adult setting, why are you being restricted? If you are at a gas station and you are an 18-year-old and you want to grab yourself a Swisher Sweet, do it. I don't care. I'm not going to fault you for that. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean you shouldn't be hindered from it.
Right.
So it's not all or nothing for me. It's all and end of conversation. But we're never going to get that. That's not on the cards anytime soon.
Now, coming in Singapore in July of 2020, they started their plain packaging program. I saw a couple of pictures of what they're doing in in Ireland. It's a simple black band with the name of the company, the name of the cigar and the size written in white font, plain white font. And it looks absolutely hideous. And that's how they all have to be, starting July 2020. And their boxes are going to increase from 50% covered with warning labels to 75%. So really, you can't put anything else on the box.
So then why bother? Why don't you just say 100% coverage?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Another country, can't really argue their rules. I don't know what they're thinking. Other than, Singapore is a very strict country as it is. For good reason. They had a lot of problems in the past. They fixed that. And they're just looking at more things that they need to fix. But this is a situation. I don't think it's broken. So why are you trying to fix it?
Yeah.
But then again, cigarettes are a huge... way more cigarettes are smoked in Asia than they are here.
I think it's one of the only places that you can get a single.
Yeah.
They have them on cello wraps, and you just kind of tear them off like a lotto ticket. You don't want to buy a whole pack. I can't tell you how many times I've heard people come into cigars and be like, "Oh, can I just buy one cigarette?" And like, no, you can't.
I wonder why that is.
I think it has to do with like resale or something.
I guess, but at the same time, it's like if you want people to smoke less cigarettes and they want to buy one, isn't that less cigarettes than a pack? I might be wrong there. Maybe it's because you mark it up so much you're hurting people.
I'm wondering if people would pay $1 for a cigarette, though. I mean, it's about $10 right now a box in California.
Yeah, and it's like what, 20 in a pack?
20 in a pack.
So you're paying double if you buy singles. But if you only want one, like, oh, a buddy of mine wants to bum a cigarette. I don't smoke, but I'll buy him one real quick. It's $1, whatever. I'll go grab him one from the store while I go get my stuff. It saves you money. They get what they want. But, again, it's way different than premium tobacco.
It is very different.
Which is why I kind of like and dislike those fresh packs for, like, the acids. And I saw Romeo Julieta has theirs now. It's they look nice. They have the actual logos from the companies on them, so they don't look childish.
Wow. Jeff says that people will pay over $1 for them. He says his friend has an addiction, and he's paid over $1 for a single cigarette.
Oof. What's the most a cigarette would go for these days? Are we in the wrong business?
Maybe in the wrong business. The single cigarette selling business.
We need to start an underground market of single cigarettes. If anyone has a machine, like help me package those, and don't tell anybody off the internet, I'll get that started, and we'll split the prices or split the profits.
Just want to remind you guys, as you guys can see here, we have the OTG sitting on a beautiful cigar stand. Make sure you guys give your guys their cigars the props that they deserve. Check out Cigar Prop. Miguel's busting up laughing at me because
Make sure you people prop up the people who cigar prop you all the time.
Prop them up. Give them the props.
I got mad props for you.
Go to Prop Cigar.
Yeah. Go prop it
Go
up.
to cigarprops.com, Cigar Prop on Instagram and Facebook. Check them out. Use your code Bakersfield when checking out to get a nice 10% discount off your purchase order. Yeah, that's crazy, spending $1 on a cigarette or over $1 on a cigarette. I just don't get it.
I bet you.
Like I said, last time I was in 7-Eleven, this lady had like $6 on her, and not sure they maxed it up. It was $1.50. Wow. This lady got some like barefoot bubbly in a cardboard container with a little twist on the top.
Ooh, that's good stuff. It's
and
fancy.
A pack of cigarettes, and wanted $8 on the pump. And when she found out how much the cigarettes were and how much her alcohol was, she got mad at the guy like it was his fault. It's like, that's just what they go for. How are you gonna get mad at him?
What? Did you see what happened once the tax was raised?
Oh, people were livid.
Everybody getting mad at the cashiers everywhere. Like, they were the ones like, man, now I can finally stick it to these smokers, stick it to these
Like, I'm taking that extra
drunks.
bit, put it in my pocket.
Yeah. There's literally nothing your store can do about that. Taxes go up, the taxes go up. It's like asking the guy at the pump, well, why are you charging me another 25 cents or 5 cents just because Newsom said we had to? Well, because that's the government, and we're in a business. You got to do it. It's getting mad at your movie theater. Why is this popcorn $20? Because everything here is expensive now. You can't fight it.
Just to get off a quick tangent on our local politics, do you know that we lie between two different districts?
Which one is that?
The 23rd and the 21st district.
I don't like either of those. Those are bad districts.
Yeah, I think the 23rd district is your buddy, House Minority Leader.
McCarthy?
Kevin McCarthy.
I hate that guy.
And the 21st district is T.J. Cox.
He's a Republican too, isn't he?
No, he's a Democrat.
He ran against
when there was again, not to get into politics, it's kind of crappy that the two that were front runners for governor were both Democrats.
Look at the state.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. Don't forget, you guys, Cigars and More 2 is having the grand opening September 6th at their new location, which is on the corner of Brimhall and Allen. It will be hosted by Drew Estates. We'll be out there, so don't forget, you guys, if you want to get some great deals on some Drew Estates stuff, Willie Herrera, Oil de Nicaragua, Acid, Liga, all that wonderful stuff. Make sure you guys get out there. It's going to be a good time. The lounge is absolutely beautiful. We have pictures of it on the page, so make sure you guys check that out.
Oh, yeah.
The very next day, if you guys want to take a little drive out to Ridgecrest, Vintage Havana Lounge is having their 1-year anniversary. Want to make sure we give them as much help as we can. They're still recovering from the quake, which I think we had a quake a little while ago. I felt it shaking.
You said like right before we started almost.
Yeah.
I did not feel it.
I think I was just sitting down and I could feel it from the leg of the chair and my legs. So I think I was able to feel a bit more because you were walking around.
I think it was because of your heritage and your Chicano studies. You can feel it more in the earth.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in tune with my
the land.
Lines.
Yeah.
But it'll be September 7th at Ridgecrest at Vintage Havana Lounge, and they are going to be hosted with Ventura Cigars. So if you guys want to get your Sacred Scales, your Donna Destiny, your Psycho 7 Nicaragua, the original Psycho 7, Project 805, Natural, and Maduro, any of the other archetype line, Chapter 1 or 2, all great stuff, you guys. Ventura Cigar is another example of a company that I like more than just the one cigar. That Sacred Scales was phenomenal, as was the new Psycho 7 Nicaragua. Those were two amazing brand new cigars to come out of there. I'm a big fan of the original Psycho 7. I like a lot of the archetype line. Archetype line, excuse me. Not a big fan of the Chapter 2, which is weird because it was blended by Oliva, which I found interesting for me. Chapter 3 is done by EP Carrillo, and I'm a big fan of both.
Blew my mind how good it was, yeah.
But again, there's another brand that I like more than just one, so I would rate that higher than I would the brand Oliva. But that's just because I'm a CRV Melanio guy, and it's just how it is for me.
I can agree with that. That's so hard to hear you say that though, because how much you talk about Oliva. But everything you're saying at the same time makes a lot of sense. Just because you have one really great product doesn't mean I'm gonna like everything you do. Nothing wrong with that either. If they have one cigar you buy constantly, you're still supporting the brand. So keep doing it.
Yep.
You don't have to try everything someone puts out. If you like Gurkha, if you don't want to be on the bandwagon hating on Gurkha, and you like the Royal Challenge or the Viper, I really like the Warlords.
I have nothing wrong with Gurkha. I don't know why people hate them so much.
I don't get it either, really. I think it's just they have so much out there. But at the same time, if you buy one of them, you're still supporting the company.
Yep.
And then they'll figure out sooner or later, this one doesn't sell. We're going to put this one in the back burner. Whatever. I think the fact that they have such cool artwork and such good marketing for it, they're going to keep selling. And good for them. I don't have any problem with that.
If you guys are in the market for some awesome cigar shirts, you guys want to check out Cigar Porn on Instagram and Facebook. And check out all the great stuff that they have. And if you guys use our code Bakersfield, you guys get another discount on checkout for that. Last two things I have here, Mike. I'm pretty much out of notes after this. Don't forget to re-sign up or sign up for Cigar Rights of America at cigarrights.org. They need our help so they can keep fighting the good fight when we're not able to. Getting those lobbyists out there, getting the voices heard for everybody that enjoys a premium cigar. So check them out. I think the best bet is to do the 1 year for $44 a month. and then you're a lifetime member. You know, it's a little bit more than the month by month, but you pay it for 1 year. You know, $44, and then you're done for life. You're just a member. New members, I think, get a couple of exclusive cigars from Cigar Rights, which I think is pretty cool. So don't forget to check them out, guys. And lastly, last thing I have is Cigars for Warriors. Got to make sure to donate what you can, when you can. Cutters, lighters, beautification, magazines, gift cards, travel cases, cigars, money. Anything you guys can give is appreciated. And you guys can go to their Instagram page and see all the great pictures of the stuff that they do. And it is just great work. I mean, it really is. If I was smoking cigars when I was in the military, I hope I would have had access to something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they do a wonderful job. They really do. And we got to get a hold of Cigar in a Bottle. Our buddy over there, Soka, doing awesome stuff. Says he's willing to donate a bottle for Cigars for Warriors to do a good raffle.
So that would be sent out to one member of the military?
Send him one bottle instead of a bunch of cigars.
Well, there's one cigar inside, so technically they're sending him a cigar.
That is true. No, do a raffle with it. It's always a fun event whenever he does his Cigar in a Bottle events, and he does a lot for charity. So if you haven't heard of them, check out Cigar in a Bottle. You can pick one up for yourself too. You don't have to give it away.
Nope.
You deserve cool stuff too, guys. It's got really great cognac in there.
Yes.
And a very nice cigar.
Yes.
But
he would not let us walk by the booth without trying the cognac every time.
Oh yeah, I think. Oh gosh, that was
I think we might have avoided him a couple times. It's like, oh dude, I think we've had too much to drink.
And then I actually was the opposite. Like, man, I could use one more. Just a little bit more. It helps loosen you up. There's a lot of interviews being done.
It's fantastic product, you guys. I think it's really cool looking. I think I'd like to get one for the show, just to have one on the show, just as a set piece.
Oh yeah.
So
yes.
We'll have to look into that. But Mike, that's gonna do it for me. You want to give any last notes on this cigar?
Not just a cigar. I had other things I want to talk to you about still.
Wow. Okay.
Cigar Dojo. Jack, our local rep for Alec Bradley. Good job, by the way. Showed that the Magic Toast was winning their cigar battles, and it was 6 consecutive wins in a row, 6 or 7, the cigar battles it was in.
Wow.
And my Romeo Julieta 505 won 4, so I saw that and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I really like that one. We got to try something like that. And my first thought was we go head to head with a cigar of our choosing. We won't tell each other for the week, and we just give all of the notes we want, any argument for it. It doesn't have to be technical notes. It doesn't have like, oh man, the construction's so great. The tobacco they use in here is aged. You can add all that in if you want, but your own personal reason why your cigar is better than mine too. And we let the fans decide who wins. So each podcast, we have the winner and the loser. We can switch off if we want to do something like, okay, loser this week has to donate a cigar to Cigar for Warriors. Or, oh, loser this week has to do 2 shots of whatever alcohol we're testing this week on the podcast.
I think I like that, but I think instead of that, what I would like to do is get the winner and donate that to Cigars for Warriors, because we're going to have the cigar here, right?
Yeah.
So we'll save them up for the 4 weeks. We'll do it for a month.
Okay.
Time. And then the second place cigar for that week, we'll get on the exclusive giveaway to Patreon.
Okay, so we have 1 4-pack to give to Cigars for Warriors.
1 4-pack for the Patreon.
1 for our awesome fans.
Yep.
Okay, I like that a lot.
So don't forget, you guys, you got to go check out the Patreon. The cigar giveaway contest and the higher end contests are only available to those that are at the $15 tier or higher. But everything is appreciated. If you guys do $1 a month, it's all appreciated. But yeah, I think we should do that. I think that'd be fun.
And then my first one would be right now. I would just like to throw this out there. We don't have to have them on hand, but you can't pick Oliva Serie V Milanio for this one.
You can't pick Andalusian Bull.
I will not pick Andalusian Bull. Okay. All right, are you ready for this?
You gonna tell yours now?
I'll go with one right now. It was just a test one right here. You don't have to have this guy in your hands. I am picking. I'm going to pick my Romeo Julieta 505.
That's a strong one.
For some good reasons here. It is the strongest cigar Romeo Julieta makes. It deviated from their color scheme for the first time in a long time. I think it stood out amongst them, and it really showed that they're seeing what new people want to smoke.
Not to cut you off, but are we going to talk shit about the other person's cigar?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I'm going to. Once you start talking.
Okay.
It is strong enough where the Anejo, which put Frankie on his ass the first time, it would do it again to you if you were at that level. But now you are a seasoned smoker. You can appreciate that 505.
Yeah, the 505, there's not a whole lot of negative stuff you can say about it other than don't give it to a first-time smoker.
Do not.
That would turn someone off, and that's not what we want. We want to turn them on.
We do want to turn them on.
We want to turn you guys on.
That's all.
Cigar smoking.
I want to turn you on. That's why I'm wearing. Oh, never mind. I can't do the full Always Sunny rant because I'm not doing it.
I will say that even though it has good strength to it, the flavors that I get out of it aren't balanced with the strength.
Well, that's because you're not a very well balanced in your palate, because you're getting a lot of really nice plum sweetness from it. There's a really nice leathery tobacco flavor to it. There's a great oaky woodiness throughout the entire cigar. There's a coffee notes that come in and out whenever you want.
Now, are we going to do a battle with these as well, like Pog style, where we try to hit them with each other?
But not the ones we give away.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we have to buy 2 every time, and then...
sword fight with them?
No, not sword fight. You remember on that episode of, damn it, Bob's Burgers, where they do the hammer versus the knife? And then we're going to see which one wins. You get 10 seconds to hit your cigar against the other person's cigar. Whichever one breaks first loses.
Okay.
Not only was it a great cigar, but it was a good personal experience for me because the first one I was actually gifted to by Cindy. She's like, you're going to want to try this. And ever since then, she got me hooked on it. She's like a crack dealer, guys, so be careful with her. She will get you.
I have a cut on my finger, right?
You just burn yourself?
No. And I was turning it on, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's still within the vicinity because the skin's fresh right there.
You can feel the heat. Damn.
That sucked.
Yeah, that's a bad cut, by the way. All right, so I will digress for this time. I'll have a better argument next time. I just wanted to do this, off the cuff. I wasn't even thinking that 505 at the beginning, but that's one that I really do love, and I think it beats a lot of other cigars. So what would you go with?
Off the top of my head, I had one that I was going to compete strength-wise with you that I think would have been superior, but I actually want to save it for an actual giveaway.
Ooh, harsh. Okay, okay.
So I think what I'm going to say is I'm going to go with the My Father Labiju 1922.
Very nice. Very good pick.
I feel that cigar is exceptional. It won Cigar of the Year, which yours has not yet done.
No.
And it is just a flavor bomb, balanced with a good strength.
I mean, I love eating oranges as much as the next guy,
The wrapper is silky smooth, dark, luxurious, flavorful, well aged, well fermented. It offers more of that citrusy note that you alluded to a second ago than any other cigar that claims to have it I've ever tried has.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
I definitely give it points for that, as well as the other flavors you're getting out of it, that nice spice you're getting out of it, the nuttiness, the woodiness. You do get a little bit of coffee in there, which is crazy because I'm not a big, I don't know anybody that's a big coffee and citrus guy, but you do get that mix in there, and it's an amazingly wonderful cigar. And
I mean, if I wanted coffee and orange, I would just go to breakfast, all right? I don't need that in my cigar every time, which is hard for me to say because I like the Labiju, but that Grano Fuerte showed it up in high fashion.
Well, the Grano Fuerte didn't get #1 though.
Well, I mean, I could pay for #1 too if I had the money. It's pretty easy to do
but
that.
They're the same company, so they would have. If one of them got it, another one could have gotten it. So
now they were like, oh hey guys, give the Labiju #1. It's fine, whatever.
So yeah, I think that the Labiju compared to the Romeo Julieta 505 is a much superior cigar. I don't have any numbers on me to show sales-wise what they would do, but I think a lot of people would prefer the Labiju because it's not all strength and no flavor.
So we're two grandpa companies fighting each other here, and I gotta say, I think I win this one. Got the strength behind me, some not quite, but getting to that man-bacco level of strength.
Well, you definitely do get the participation ribbon, and because you thought you won it, that's great. Yeah. But the facts will show that I indeed did win.
Oh, you have
facts,
yeah.
I don't just think that I won. I know that I won because I am declared the winner.
Well, Joe Biden told me we don't listen to we don't listen to truth. We don't listen to facts now, which is fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Bernie Sanders told me that the gold medal we got is for everyone.
Oh, and then Donald Trump told me that you're fake news right now with your cigar, which again I can't really argue because I really like the Labiju. This was dirty pool on your part because I do love that. That was my #1 last year, and it is a good cigar. It really is. But now getting to the point where I like stronger cigars, that I want something that really I can feel it being there. Sometimes the Labiju just kind of falls short of that. Sometimes like, yeah, I can have this. I can have a couple sessions cigars right now. A couple back-to-back because I'm with buddies.
And that's another reason I think the Labiju wins, because you can have more than one at a time. That 505, it's super heavy. So if you're not used to smoking heavy stuff like that, you're not going to wake up in the morning and be like, I think I can have this with some coffee.
Yeah,
you're not
sure.
going to have it midday when it's warm outside. That's a very specific after a big meal, after a good steak and potatoes kind of a thing that you're gonna have.
Yeah, that one cigar versus the one that just kind of falls in line with all the other ones. Like
no,
you're
the
saying,
one that you can
you're
enjoy
right.
all day, all night.
Oh, so you need to have a bunch of them to equal my one. Okay. All right, I get that. You're totally right. You got to have well, I had the Labiju. Now I can have another one, hopefully to get better flavors finally, or finally get my fix on my cigars for today, or I can have my 505. So what do I want? I want 2 or 3 cigars, or do I want to be like the majority of cigar smokers out there and go for that one really great one at the moment? I don't know. I think I might be winning this one.
But if you're gonna say that though, then you have to pick a great cigar.
Well,
so
I guess
as soon as you do, then we'll count that.
Okay.
But since you haven't, we'll concede that I've won.
Oh, Cindy. Oh God, this hurts. That was a good one. That was solid.
No matter how much shit we talk about you guys on these, just so you guys know,
Really?
we're only gonna pick cigars that we actually both enjoy.
I like both of those. Yeah.
I may talk shit about his. He may talk shit about mine. At the end of the day, we'd be happy smoking either cigar.
Yeah, just wait for the one time. I'm gonna randomly pick the Oliva Silvery Melanio.
Oh, then I would concede out right away.
Bullshit.
It would be conceded. You could pick the Oliva Silvery Melanio. I'll pick the Andalusian Bull, and I'll just hand you the prize. I'll hand you the winner.
That'd be hard because the Andalusian Bull's superior.
The Andalusian Bull, I was just thinking about the other day. I was like, God damn, I want a bull. And it's one of the only cigars I really think about all the time. I'm like, I really want one right now.
So you got a fever, huh?
But the only downside of the bull is you have to have the time to smoke it. If you don't have a good 2 hours, you're just gonna waste it. It's a long smoke. It's an amazing smoke, but you have to have the investment. I remember we gave one to Bob, and he loved it. But he said he was out there for a good 2.5 hours smoking it. So unless you have that time to commit to it, other cigars are gonna win.
That's definitely a rough spot to hit because I love those long-lasting cigars. You're so right. Why would I light up this Andalusian Bull when I have 90 minutes to smoke? I'm about to waste an hour worth of cigar. Easily. Maybe even longer. Sometimes if you're really slow with it, just enjoying yourself, you have a couple beers on you.
But that's the best way to do the bull too. I mean,
slow,
just relaxing, throwing a couple of movies or throwing a movie. And I mean, again, that was the first time I ever had it. I sat down at the old place, and I was just looking at pictures of the old place too, and lit it up, started the movie. Movie was over. I still had half a cigar to go.
Oh, another movie time.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
That'll be an interesting one when the bull comes into the picture.
Yep, when the bull comes
back
back.
Get a new buck because I think we're almost out.
We have 2 left.
I'll just take some of Austin's. Thank you, Austin.
And this brings me up to my other point. But first, before we go to the next thing I want to talk about, more personal in my opinion.
Well, who votes for the 505? Raise your hand.
I vote for the 505.
Okay, who votes for Labiju?
Oh,
That's
2?
two.
Oh,
2
damn it!
one.
I lost. We'll let you guys decide. Like I said, if you're watching now, you guys can vote. If you listen to the podcast, you can vote there again. And then this is just a test one, so we'll say who won next week.
Curious.
Hmm?
Since we're going to be picking 2 cigars every week, should we make it a week focusing on those 2 cigars? Maybe do a review of each one, and then do the head-to-head.
I don't want to give it away, though, beforehand. I don't want people to start getting their opinions set up. I just want, once we get it right there, like, boom, the information. So we could release the reviews afterwards, like during the week, before the votes are done. But the week before, I wouldn't want to do that. Because I want it to just be like, okay.
But I think if we do the reviews beforehand, it'll give people a chance to think about which one they like better.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We can't torpedo the vote, though, or the review, though.
No.
It's got to be a fair review.
Because I'm saying we're only going to pick cigars we actually like.
Yeah.
It should be good reviews. I mean, if we get a bad burn, if I get stems like I've been getting for whatever reason recently, if they're not properly humidified,
that's more on us.
Yeah. If it unravels for some reason,
Flavors are off or something.
We'll
yeah.
definitely mention that, but we'll try to do the best review we can get done. Obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh man, this 505, it's not smoking.
Flavor 0 out of 40, you know.
Oh, you were supposed to cut it at the band. That's what the point was.
Yeah. I thought it was just throw the whole thing away. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we would definitely give it a fair review.
We're gotta be Fox. We're gonna be fair and balanced.
But I would like to give people the opportunity to see what we think of it beforehand, so that when we're talking about it, they know where we're coming from, they know what we're talking about, and then they can make an informed decision, as opposed to just dropping on them right then and there, and then they think, oh man, have I smoked that yet? What did I think of it? They have that review at the fingertips if they want to go back and watch it.
Good call. Okay. Yes, I agree with that then, yeah. Maybe we gotta add that in.
The one I was thinking of that I wanted to do, I don't think we'll be able to do because we're almost out of it,
The bowl or what?
No, I was the one I was gonna pick to go up against yours was the Jacob's Ladder Brimstone.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Yeah, that would have been a heavy against heavy, and I think that would have been a good battle.
Well, we do have the review up of it, so we could just point people to that.
That's true, we do. Okay, then we might do that one. I might pick that one as my first one.
Okay. My first one I don't know yet still. I'm going to wait a little bit and think about it. But if you guys want to vote on this just a little mock episode, let us know in the comments. And then we'll announce the winner for that one either way next week, but then we'll really start.
Here's an interesting one.
Okay.
We both pick cigars that we like, and we don't do a review beforehand. We show up on that day. You have your cigar, I have my cigar, and then we exchange them. So let's say I picked the OTG and you picked the Tico Esteli Maduro, and we don't know what each other picked, and then we have to switch them and defend that one.
Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. So we can switch up the format a little bit.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do a couple like that and a couple the original way.
Switch it up.
We'll figure it out, but I think both ideas are really good.
I like that one a lot. This
Yeah.
is something that we weren't even thinking we're going to try.
And it's like they always say, you know, if you can't, even if you have a stance one way on something, if you can't argue the flip side, you've already lost.
You don't really know your opinion, yeah.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, if you have a macchiato, I will be so mad. But I will smoke it and blow the smoke at you.
Like I said, we will only choose cigars that we know we like or that we think we're going to like. Like, let's say, we haven't tried a lot of the DAV stuff yet. Well, I hear a lot
Oh,
of good
yeah.
stuff about it.
Yes.
We might do
Thank
that.
you, Rosita. Go check out Puro Latina if you guys have a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or who knows? You know, I might pick something, and you might pick something, and we both like them, and maybe one time we both pick the same cigar. You never know.
That's what I was wondering about. Like, one of those episodes, like, boom, oh, crap, we both picked the last Cowboy Maduro this time. Oh, crap. Or, oh, my gosh, we both got a hold of the M. Cuba. Gosh dang, what's the new name?
Esteli?
No, Esteli's another one. It's the M. Esteli. But he has another variant.
Yeah.
Because there was a small spelling error in the release. I'm like, don't look at that. Look at this.
Yeah.
And now I can't remember it.
Yeah, I know
Damn
what you're talking about. Or maybe one time you picked Elixir Milanio Robusto, I picked Elixir Milanio Figurado.
Well, then you win because the Figurado's nicer. That Figurado's hard to beat.
No worries, brother. I know that we're lagging right now. I apologize for that. But we're really just trying to get the audio off of this for our podcast. So, again, for everybody watching live on YouTube, I do apologize for that.
And this was just so if you guys want to hear it beforehand. This will all be out tomorrow. I'm going to get it as soon as I can, but it will be out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Again, the podcast, find it on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and SoundCloud.
I thought we weren't on Stitcher.
Not on Spotify.
Spotify. That's too many S's.
You and well, we're also going on Splendor and Seven Pod.
No, 7 Pod.
And
yes.
Other S names that I'm making up right now.
Steam.
Oh yes, I'm gonna put it on Steam with all the other video game podcasts on there. Pandora, you kept telling me go on Pandora.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're allowing you to directly now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
That's why I listen to some of my podcasts. Well, they are not sponsors in any way, shape, or form.
Oh my God!
But
All right.
culpable. If you guys like true crime, you can go to iTunes podcast, or you can go to Pandora and type in culpable, and it is fantastic. I have just recently found it. They started at the beginning of the year, and they do an episode a week, and I am caught up now, so I have to wait 7 days to get another one, and I am fiending right now.
Spoiler: the girl did it over. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I barely listened to a couple. Very interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of true crime podcasts like that.
The case that they're doing on this one, you guys, it's taking turns. There's new evidence being delivered. There's private investigators coming in now, and it is fantastic. If you guys like true crime, check out Culpable Podcast, you guys.
My only concern with those podcasts is if they're trying too much entertainment into a true crime story.
That's why I don't listen to the last podcast on the left.
No.
Too many damn jokes about everything.
Not the joke part. It's the fact that if you're telling a true story and you take turns to lead it into a more entertaining way. Like, what if they had all those facts ahead of time and they already know what's going on, and then they're just like throwing in red herrings that make no sense just because it's more entertaining, you know?
Why are they throw fish? Who throws fish?
You know exactly what I mean.
Anyways, I just think it's a great podcast.
No, it is.
I'm enjoying it so far.
It is.
I can't wait to see the next one.
I listened to one in its entirety called To Live and Die in L.A.,
Good.
which went along the same kind of path you are. But as I listened to him, some of the events that he spoke of just felt so scripted. Probably just because they did a good job of making a storyline to make it entertaining as well as informative. But at the same time, I was wondering, what if they're just kind of stringing us along and all this information was already there to begin with, and they could have just fit all this into maybe even 2 hours, versus I think it ended up being like 12, and that would be like. Ugh.
Well, I will say this about Culpable: there is so much information at the beginning of the investigation from when it happened to stuff that happened prior to the incident, to new stuff, to new developments, to characters coming in and out for whatever reason, that I don't think you could have fitted into a 2-hour podcast.
Good.
To actually understand the timeline, the characters, the situation, the evidence. I mean, they really go into a lot of the stuff really, really well, to where they had to spend an hour talking about the crime scene and how new developments in technology were able to recreate it in such a way that you could actually see things in there that you wouldn't have been able to see earlier.
Okay. All right. So that's a good thing then. There's a lot of information being given in still an intriguing way.
Yes.
Same way a true crime book is written. Just because they have all the facts ahead of time doesn't mean it can't be entertaining.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I kind of take back what I said a little bit. But, yeah, Pandora will be one that we're hoping to get onto as well. Again, we can direct upload to that one now. I'm just checking out exactly what they require from us, because some of them want a different server than the one I'm using right now, and I just want to make sure I don't forget anyone that day. Because I downloaded SoundCloud right now, it goes to all the other ones. No problem. Spotify wouldn't let me do that. I haven't checked on Pandora yet just because we're still new, but I will figure that out ASAP. And then the next thing after the cigar thing, which I like your take on that, we definitely got to try both ways of that. We'll figure it out for next time, guys. And then you brought up Austin and his Andalusian Bull. I actually wanted to bring him up in a different way about the friggin' keto diet thing, because he is just dropping weight like crazy. And guys, I don't know if you can tell this to the cameras, I'm fat. Got a little fat on this guy. And we were talking about going to more events, you know. We're trying to get out there more often, and it gets tiring carrying this belly around. So, personal note,
Cigars give me energy.
it did really does. But at the same time, I'm relaxed. I'm sitting there. I can fall asleep sometimes, and I don't want to do that. So, we're going to be seeing a skinnier version of this guy. Hopefully, starting on the first when we launch the website, I wanted to add in a little segment of, is Miguel actually living up to what he's doing, or what he's saying? So, we got some really cool Big Poppy shirts from, dang it, top of my head. Gosh dang it. Who makes the Big Poppy?
Oh, dang, wow.
Yeah.
I'm in a spot.
I'm sorry, because it was a really cool shirt. It's a jersey type.
They also make the Buffalo 10.
The Buffalo 10, which is really nice for being a bundle stick.
Know, dude. You made me look bad. That's why you have to have show notes.
Look it up for me while I'm talking. I asked for a 2X. They gave me a 2X. I'm like, man, I'm going to wear this all the time, guys. Thank you so much. I go to put it on that night, and does not fit. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to take a picture in it so you can see how not good it looks.
El Artista.
El Artista. Thank you. Gosh dang it. Sorry about that, guys. El Artista and the Big Poppy, which I liked a lot. Even the big guy. And I'm not really a big ring gauge guy. You know that. But this is a big SOB. And it was great. I liked it very much. And I think a lot of other big ring gauge guys out there will enjoy it. But,
that guy's about to die. It's at 1%.
Oh, close her out then. Close it down.
Rest in peace, iPad.
So I want to be able to wear that shirt with pride.
Right.
I want to make it look good. And then again, I asked for it. I was like, oh, I can wear the XL, no problem. Thank you, James over at Sinistro, and he gave me a Mr. Red and a Mr. White. I can't wear either of them because it's just uncomfortable. I can't walk around in it. So it's time to kind of buckle down on that. I even wanted to do something like Joe Rogan does. They do the Sober October thing.
Yeah.
But I want to do more cigar October if we can. Although we smoke a lot of cigars to begin with.
Do.
So it's hard to justify that. But that's going to be added into there a little segment every time. And I just want to make sure I touched on those. Especially the cigar, I don't know what we're going to call ours. Not a cigar battle. Because instead of votes beforehand, we'll give the argument. So I guess a cigar debate.
Cigar Debate 2020?
I like that. Cigar Debate 2020. What cigar is going to make America great again? All of them. That's the answer.
Now, just let everybody know, this year, as opposed to how we've done it last couple of years, we will be doing our top 5 cigars of 2019.
Yeah.
And since we will be giving out awards this year for various things, we have to come up with a combined list
One list.
One list to rule them all.
Rough, but yeah.
You're not going to have to worry about Cigar Snob, Cigar Aficionado, Half Wheel, Cigar Coupe.
None of those.
Those lists, you guys, you don't have to worry about any of those. You guys can listen to the Bakersfield Gentlemen list. These will be the top 5 cigars of 2019.
I would like to do a little caveat on that.
I was just going to say one more thing real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Because there will be no paid advertisers trying to persuade us to vote for their cigar because they won't pay us.
I wouldn't take their money because they're not offering any of it.
That's right. But if they offered it, then they might win. So
then, man, I really like those Sweet Janes now.
Yeah. So, if Sanicio gets all 5 spots, you know that they gave us some money.
No, that's not going to happen. We are looking for sponsors, but we will not let it affect that situation.
Absolutely not.
But I would love to do our top 5. I think you're right. One list. I think that's smart, so we can do.
But we will have our own lists, and they will be changing constantly on our website, thebakersfieldgentlemen.com.
Yeah.
Which releases September 1st. You'll have your top 5. I'll have my top 5, and of course we can always revamp them if something comes in or out of the top 5.
Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna do a little update every month on that. I put mine out there already. If you guys want to read it, it's on there. But I think we should also include a fan vote top 5 list just on the side. It doesn't have to be. It's not ours. It's just it's the opinion of who watches, and I want to hear what you guys think as well. But
some categories that we have will be boutique company of the year, lounge of the year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Cigar of the year. We will have rep of the year.
I
think as well. We might have top cigar lounge / gentleman's club of the year.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
So we'll have a few different categories that we'll need to vote on, and again, it'll be mine and yours vote. If we have a non-consensus, we'll probably bring in Mitch or Jeremy or Chris, kind of help us out.
I think that's a good idea.
Or we'll put it up to the fans to vote.
I think I like that. There's definitely a couple other categories I'd like to include in there. Best budget of the year, stuff like that.
Best Milano Serie V I had all year.
Oh, it's like the one on January 4th or whatever.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. I remember that.
Great one.
Gosh dang it.
But I'm all out, Mike.
Yeah, still going to the cigar though. Burned right through this. How long have we been on for? I don't even know.
Yeah, I didn't keep track.
Did not keep track. I'm gonna look behind me for a second, see if I can get a number going. About an hour and 20. Okay, cool.
Not bad.
So that means this cigar has lasted at least an hour and 15 for me because I lit up a little after.
So you'll get an hour and 45 minutes out of the cigar.
Which is a great value right there. They're priced pretty dang reasonably. I think around $10 here in California. Your price is gonna be a little better in your areas if you're out of here.
And it's finishing up with really nice spice and wood. Those are the main 2 components you're getting. You're also getting a nice bread flavor in there as well as a back note. But again, a Recluse OTG Dominican Puro in Toro 6 1/4 by 50 ring gauge box press. Fantastic cigar. So I want to thank Mr. Weeks for supplying the cigar for us. And Recluse and Tabacalera Leyendas. All those people. Fantastic job. But that'll do it.
Yep, that's going to do it for us, guys. If you haven't checked out Recluse before, make sure to try them out.
I wish they had a saying or something like, "Oh, don't get bit by the spider, Recluse," or something. I don't know.
Don't get bit by the spider.
I don't know. Mr. Weeks, come up with a tag so we can say them next time we do a Recluse cigar.
We'll try to think of one too, just in case.
But don't forget, you guys to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at BacoGen661, Instagram or YouTube and Facebook at the Bakersfield Gentlemen. You guys can help us out on Patreon. Of course, we'll be doing giveaways on Patreon for those that are $15 tier or higher at patreon.com/BacoGen661.
There you go.
You can check us out on our podcast, on Spotify. Not Spotify. Why do I always start out with
Jesus.
Spotify? Stitcher, SoundCloud, Apple iTunes. Is that what it's called? Apple
iTunes. Yeah.
Google Plus.
Play.
Google Play Plus.
It's a plus that we're on there.
Yes.
For them to play around with.
That's right.
Boom.
Don't forget, you guys, YouTube, we do all of our reviews and stuff. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. I totally lost my train of thought.
It's all good. Make sure you guys sign up for Cigars for Warriors and Cigar Rights of America.
How do you sign up for Cigars for Warriors?
You can become a member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can become a rep. Well, it's not a rep. What is the word I'm looking for?
Event coordinator?
Event coordinator. Go check out your local areas. Join the group. Or become a loyal member of the Water Buffalo, which I haven't talked about in a while.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even worn our hats in forever.
And we're always going live on Tuesdays. Oof, we gotta catch up.
Got to catch up to Buffy Tuesdays.
Got to catch up.
And don't forget, the BakersfieldGentlemen.com launches September 1st. So if you or anybody you know would like to become an advertiser on that, please get a hold of us ASAP. Love to talk to you guys about some advertising opportunities. Other than that, and it doesn't have to be cigar related, just so you guys know.
No.
It could be alcohol related, anything manly related. Really anything. Anything you guys want to advertise, just let us know. And we'll get a hold of you guys. So that'll do it for us. Again, thank you to Mr. Weeks and this fantastic Recluse O2G Dominican Puro.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one.